In the left corner, we have the new contender, Hermetic's 4K Plus streaming box, quad-core CPU, 4 gigs RAM, gigabit Ethernet, Wi-Fi 6, Dolby Vision, all of the certifications that you could want, all packed in a really nice compact box. And in the right corner, we have the tried and tested, undisputed heavyweight streaming champion of the world, the Nvidia Shield Pro. Let's now put these two devices head to head. Let's not spend too long on the base specifications, rather let's focus on those real life tests of Wi-Fi speeds, Ethernet speeds, launching your favorite streaming applications, launching your third-party streaming applications, the K application, browser speed tests, maybe a bit of gaming, and let's find out which of these devices is the true Android TV champion of 2024. Let's jump into it. Okay, so test number 1 on Wi-Fi 6. Let's see what kind of speeds we can get on the Hermetic's 4K Plus streaming box. Okay, test number 1. We have Wi-Fi speeds of around about 380 meg downstream. I mean, I'm quite far from the router in my house. I do have quite a few other devices, but that's about half the speed of actually what I pay for with my ISP, or less than half. Okay, that's 382 meg down, test number 1. Let's now do test number 2. Test number 2, we have similar speeds, around about 370 meg down. Final test on Wi-Fi with the Hermetics box, very similar, around about the 370 meg mark. So that's the Wi-Fi speed test. Let's now jump over to Nvidia Shield, which doesn't support Wi-Fi 6, and let's see what kind of speeds we can get on that device. So test number 1 on the Nvidia Shield. Let's see if we can get anything better than the 370s that we saw on the Hermetics box. So test number 1. Okay, so definitely a bit better. We are pushing just over 400 meg downstream. That's test number 1 on the Nvidia Shield Pro. Okay, test number 2, we have 395 meg down. So very similar to the Hermetics box. And I will test the Ethernet port in just a second, as both these devices do come with gigabit Ethernet. And as you know, with Ethernet, you're not going to have any issues with interference or with devices or congestion, because it's a hardwired cable connection. You really can get the most solid, most dependable connection. That's test number 2, and the final test on the Nvidia Shield. So here we can say there's not really one clear winner with Wi-Fi. They're both very close to 400 meg down. And the final test, just to confirm, on the Nvidia Shield Pro. Okay, let's now go back to the Hermetics box. I've just plugged in the Ethernet cable. We can see here on the top it says Ethernet connected. Let's now do test number 1, and let's see if we can get a better connection with Ethernet. Okay, we are now well into the 900s. Okay, well, 900 meg down, so more than double with what we were receiving before on Wi-Fi. So definitely with this, we can see hardwired connection all the way. So that's 950 meg down, test number 1 on Ethernet on the Hermetics box. Let's now do test number 2. Okay, and test number 2 again, well into the 900s, 912 meg, and the final test on Ethernet on the Hermetics 4K Plus box. I like it, well into the 900 meg, so consistently over 900 meg using Ethernet on the Hermetics 4K Plus streaming box. So definitely I'm happy with those Ethernet speed tests. Let's now jump over to the Shield. Let's see on that device, plugging in Ethernet, what kind of speeds we can get. I'll just confirm here that we are running on Ethernet. We can see we are. Here's test number 1. Let's see what speeds we get on this device, this tried and tested old school champion. Test number 1, we get, oh nice, so consistent, so very, very close guys, so well into 900 meg. I think it's actually a little bit higher, isn't it? So, okay, 928 meg down, test number 1. Test number 2 on Ethernet. Again, no issues breaking the 900 meg barrier. I mean, that's very, very close. I wouldn't say there's any clear champion. I would say both these devices have very similar Wi-Fi speeds, very, very good Wi-Fi speeds, and they completely smash it on Ethernet. Very dependable, very reliable. They're getting nearly the maximum. I have a 1 gig connection, so they are pushing very close to that number on Ethernet. So really with any of these devices, you'll be happy both with Ethernet and also Wi-Fi, but it is worth mentioning that the Hermetics box does support Wi-Fi 6, so maybe in your setup, if you have a Wi-Fi 6 router and you're more closer to it, you may actually get better speeds. Okay, that's the Ethernet speed test. Let's have a look at these actual certifications. Here we can see a quick look at the specifications. So you can see straight away that obviously the Hermetics box does come with 4 gigs RAM, whereas the Nvidia Shield Pro has 3 gig. I mean, the SoC, the system on chip, the Tegra X1 on the Nvidia Shield Pro is still the strongest chip out there, and it will destroy any other Android streaming box. And you can see it runs in true 64-bit mode, 64-bit OS, whereas with the Hermetics 4K box, it's running in 32-bit. So certain applications which are designed for 64-bit only, maybe certain emulators, like I believe the N64 emulator will only run on a 64-bit OS, whereas we can see with the Hermetics 4K box, it's running in 32-bit mode, which means those applications just won't work. I mean, it's not really going to affect your streaming applications, but if you are looking for something that can support 64-bit, then Nvidia Shield Pro is the only option here. Here, for example, we can see the Hermetics box does support AV1, which is unfortunately not supported on the Nvidia Shield Pro, but both do support Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. Let's try some application launching tests, but using our voice. So in both these devices, which do support Google Voice, I can press the button and say, watch Tech Doctor on YouTube. Now, very interesting, you can see that the Hermetics was actually more responsive. Let me just back out of that and do that again. If I press the button again, let's try another question. So let's go for, what's the weather in London? So very interesting, you can see the Hermetics box actually responds a little bit quicker. Let's do one more. Watch 4K videos on YouTube. Okay, so very similar. We can see the Shield was actually a little bit ahead there. But yeah, streaming videos like this, no problems on any device. Let's go back. Let's try streaming applications. So here we have Netflix. We can see both these devices are running the exact same version. Let's do a full stop to make sure they're not running in the background. That's now stopped. Let's now launch these at the same time. So ready, steady, go. Okay, so Hermetics actually showed the logo first, but let's see which one is actually quicker to get to the profile selection stage. Okay, so the Shield was a bit quicker there. Okay, so maybe by about a second or so. Let's say Shield wins that one. Let's go back. Okay, both are full stopped. Let's try that again. So ready, steady, go. So Hermetics always shows the logo first. But then after a few moments, we can see the Nvidia Shield Pro is the one that actually no, so on this one, it was actually the other way around. So that's very, I mean, it's very neck and neck. There's definitely not a clear winner here. In fact, let me do that one last time, and this time I'll show you the remote controls, just so you can see that this is not sponsored or anything like that. I'm just trying to show you exactly the results as I see them. All right, so final test. You can see the remotes here. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Hermetics shows the logo first. And let's see which one gets to the profile selection stage first. And we can see on the final test, the Nvidia Shield Pro was literally a fraction of a second quicker. All right, let's go back. Okay, let's try a popular third-party streaming application. So ready, steady, go. Okay, that was actually quite a few split seconds quicker on the Hermetics box versus the Nvidia Shield Pro. Let's back out and full stop them again. Okay, both are now full stopped. That's done. Let's launch them again. So ready, steady, go. Okay, so all right, again, we can see the Hermetics box actually launches a few split seconds or milliseconds quicker. That's test number 2. Final test. Obviously, final test. No, we can say it does actually consistently, the Hermetics box does consistently win on that. And just to really spice it up, if I try one of these quick links, let's find the same movie, trying the exact same link, the 7.84 gig link, clicking on play at the exact same time. We can see trying to stream something from a third-party application. I mean, yeah, they started more or less at the same time. there really was no difference there. So very, very similar experience, except the launch time was a few milliseconds quicker on the Hermetics 4K Plus box. Okay, then we have the K application, very popular application. Lots of you use it to access streaming content. Some of you use it with builds and stuff. So it can get quite busy, it can get quite large in size. So let's see which of these two devices can launch the application first. Ready, steady, go. Okay, so that was quicker on the Nvidia Shield. So yeah, we can say the Nvidia Shield Pro won that one. So really very, very close, not much difference in any of them. It's not like the Nvidia Shield Pro is light years ahead or super quick. They're very, very similar on more or less all of these tests. Let's go back. Now, gaming is probably going to be something where you'll notice straight away the Nvidia Shield Pro is light years ahead compared to what we see on this Hermetics 4K Plus box. Okay, so first we can see the Hermetics box on the left. You can see the frame rate on the top right. Seems to be okay. It does seem to drop a bit. But then if you jump over to the Nvidia Shield, you can see it's just crispy smooth. It hardly ever drops any frames. It's super smooth. And we can even upscale. So if I go to the settings here, we can see right now the resolution is set to 2 times PSP. Let's bump that up to 4 times PSP. Let's go back. So this is now 4 times PSP, and I'll do the same thing on the Hermetics box. Let's go to the settings and change that to 4 times PSP. And now at 4 times PSP, you can see the difference straight away. So the Nvidia Shield Pro is still running a smooth 60, as you can see, whereas Hermetics box you can see is now crawling at barely 20 frames per second, which I think we knew anyway, because the Nvidia Shield Pro uses the same SoC as the Nintendo Switch. So for gaming, for emulation, it's just light years ahead of anything else that's available in the market at the moment. Okay, so wrapping this up, let's quickly do a final summary. So overall, I would say that the Hermetics box does lead in terms of having the extra gig RAM, in terms of having the AV1 certification, and also being a bit cheaper. Whereas with Nvidia Shield, the main benefit I would say is the fact that it is made by Nvidia. So massive company, it's going to be even more massive now with all of the AI developments, AI investments. It just means that you have that reliable company behind you. So updates, bug fixes, patches, all of that stuff, you are in very, very good hands. And the second one is gaming. So if you're interested in emulation, cloud streaming, cloud gaming, all that kind of stuff, then definitely hands down Nvidia Shield Pro is the clear winner. Now I mentioned the price that the Nvidia Shield Pro is $199, whereas Hermetics box is $149. I do actually have a 10% discount code which was given to me by the vendor after they saw my video. So if you take that into consideration, that drops the price down to $134.99. So it becomes a $65 difference. So you have to ask yourself, is paying $65 extra worth it to get that known, dependable, reliable brand and all of those updates? And of course, if you're interested in gaming, then paying $65, I would say it is worth it to get that extra gaming performance. But just for pure streaming, I would say if you're looking for a box more powerful than your typical, on 4K streaming box or your Chromecast, Google TV, but you're not interested in gaming, then I would say definitely do give the Hermetics 4K box a look, because it does have very, very good specs. It has all of those certifications. And as you've seen in the demonstration today, it is a very, very capable box for your high-end streaming as well. So that's pretty much this video, guys. Many thanks for watching. Do leave me a comment below. Let me know which device you think wins. And I do actually have another device for your budget-friendly, budget-conscious users, where for around about $30, you can get quad-core CPU, 4 gigs RAM, 64 gig storage, gigabit Ethernet, Wi-Fi 5, to get all of that for around about $30 delivered within 5 days to the UK, to USA, to worldwide. Definitely do subscribe and make sure you've turned on all notifications, because I do think that box could be a true Firestick killer. So really appreciate your support. Do like and share this video, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.